Hello everyone, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Online, one of my favorite games of all time. Now just a heads up, this is going to be a spoiler-free Let's Play. I'm not going to say anything that happens, but I do already know I played all the way through up until 7.1, which I haven't done yet. But I'm caught up to Dawn Trail, but we're going to go through, we're going to do the story, we're going to do some optional stuff as much as possible to make this a full playthrough. We're going to be playing Papaya Pine, a little Dunesfolk Lalafell Thaumaturge, and I may switch class later on. We may do multiple classes, but I want to start as Thaumaturge. I really enjoy Black Mage. I've only leveled it up to like 60, so I don't know the full rotation later. I know some people say it gets tedious, but I know they changed it. So I don't know. We'll find out. I usually play melee DPS, but I've started getting an appreciation for casters. And yeah, without further ado, let's see what Papaya Pine gets up to. Also, we're on Homeworld Omega on the, I think it's Crystal? I forget. No, I think Crystal is what I'm playing on NA. This is EU. We're playing on Omega. We have a guild coming up on Omega for me and my friends, so I'm making another character. But yeah, let's see what Papaya Pine gets up to in ARR.
Here. Here. Feel. Hear, feel, think.
Oh, look at us in our Black Mage getup. Hey. Hey, you. You alright, lass? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the ether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though. Don't worry. Oh, look at the chocobo. You there. Halt. What's all this about? Inspection. Men, search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look! Somnus! Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Heh, business as usual. What? Amalja! Amalja! To arms! To arms! Seven hells. Consider this a warning. Now go, all of you. Oh boy. Ooh. Ooh, that kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lass. Bastards shall have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young'uns don't care much for conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddlin's me trade. Aw, look at us. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. Yep. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? I don't know. To win glory. Sure. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folks ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. It's so hard to read this dialogue, I'll be honest. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the ARR speak. It's they talk real strange, see? When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find everything you need to know about the adventure and business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. You no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Well, no, but sure. Yes, it is. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Ul'dah is ruled by the Sultana in name, but most folks know the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarists cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Ul'dah and politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers. Need breedin' profit. And though it shames me to say, wait. Need breedin'. What? It shames me to say I'm inclined to agree. Let's just move on. Need breedin' profit. I think I get it. Yeah. Ah, at long last. Behold, Ul'dah, Jewel of Thanalan, where folks turn sand into gold. I like this guy. What was his name? Brent?
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Papaya Pine. And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. The grass is taller than me.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Oi, Venturer, over here. Aye, I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance, eh? How can I tell? Huh. Name's Wyman, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge, even, just this once, like. Okay. Now, I think I'm gonna have to... Okay, welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Mouse and keyboard. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. Yep. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to, This is A and D. I want to change my settings, set up my UI, and then we'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and I have set up my hotbars, I have set up my settings. So now A and D is strafe instead of rotate. I just went on legacy controls. I changed some stuff around, like no camera pivot, and all the settings I like. So now let's go talk to Wyman. Oh, this... Hold on. I think I can move this, right? Yeah, let's move that up there, so it's out of the way. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Ul'dah, you must register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Sure. Tis plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So, before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Okay. I can do that. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventure, and adventurer. Okay. Quest accepted. You have begun a quest. Okay. Cool. So, all this, we're just gonna ignore. All these pop-ups, they're gonna show up for a while, but it's fine. We're gonna go talk to Momodi and get started in the Adventurers Guild. Here comes Papaya Pine. Why, hello there! Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now? Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry. There's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder. It's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So, if you don't know, there's a video, like a short, on YouTube you can watch, called Answers. It was the end of 1.0 of Final Fantasy into A Realm Reborn, and that was what happened. That's what Momodi is talking about. So if you're curious about that, you can check that out. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There's one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are just as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to recall their faces, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Sure. Alright then. A promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Papaya Pine. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Miss Pine. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You too, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice on one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a lady muse on the many manhoods of her acquaintance from time to time. Any road. Welcome to Ul'dah, Papaya. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. Okay. Complete. It concludes the game tutorial. Alright. Yep. Got fire. We leveled up. Nice. Already level 3. Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Accept. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I've a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetherite Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetherite. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetherite before, Papaya? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Thaumaturge's Guild over at Zenith Ossuary. Assuming that Scepter ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the Steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the gil. Well, I have 0 gil, so just make sure you don't pay more than you ought, Papaya. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit the Aetherite Plaza, the Thaumaturge's Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who'll try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and you're willing to give as much as you get. Okay, yeah, I can't read. And opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it for me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finish, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. Hello. Okay. Quest accepted. Yep. Tutorials. Alright, so we gotta run around the city. I do want to quickly run over to the delivery Moogle, who is over somewhere. Maybe it's in the Steps of Thal. I don't remember where the delivery Moogle is. In Ul'dah, I'll be honest. I thought it was like here, but I guess not. Oh, it's down here. Okay, yeah, I want to run over to the delivery Moogle, because we have some mail, which is stuff I've bought in the past that is not character locked, and is account wide, and also veteran rewards for having played for a long time. It all gets sent to new characters through the delivery Moogle, so you can see I have 5 pieces of mail up here. So I'm just going to run down to the delivery Moogle real quick. We'll use our sprint, which delivery Moogle should be right here. Here we go. And we will just accept all of our mail. Yep. We don't need to read all this. We just need to claim our stuff. Goodness gracious. All this stuff. I didn't even get my mount. I think I get it later. We get an earring, which gives us 30% extra XP when level 90 and below. So we should level up fairly quickly. We can also put on our Ring of Fidelity. There we go. All of this stuff, we can use the Sedan. I don't know what the silver chocobo feathers are for, but all of this stuff we will put in a glamour dresser when we unlock that. And yeah, for now, we're gonna run around, do the quest, get the Aether rights, and all that fun stuff. This is basically, you know, a slow start is pretty common in MMOs, but in Final Fantasy, they've taken out a lot of the in-between stuff since the game came out, so thankfully it's not as fiddly as it used to be, is the best way to put it. Attune to the Aether, right? There we go. Hail, adventurer. Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That'll be 100,000 gil, if you please, madam. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you've heard of return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune herself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherite you encounter from now on. I pray that you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Sure. I think I know. So we get return, which will allow us to teleport back to this aetherite, and we will get teleport as soon as we attune to a second aetherite. So, all these aetherite shards, like the Aethernet stuff, does not count. It's the main aetherites that we can teleport between, and within the city we can teleport between the shards, in the Aethernet. So let's run on down to the Thaumaturge's Guild and attune to the Aethernet down here. And then we'll go in and speak with the Thaumaturges and see what's up with them. We also have our little staff. Our stick. Very cute, very cute. Let's attune. There we go. And then we will go speak with the Thaumaturges. See what's up. The guild receptionist, Yayake. Hello? There we go. Welcome to the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here to this day, friend. I see that you harbor arcane ambitions, though your journey has scarcely begun. Within these hollowed halls, the art of devastation are taught. Primeval magics with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield such power, you must need know of our beginnings. The nation of Ul'dah inherited its traditions from ancient Beladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nulthal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a sort of lightning, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The Dweomers employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. I don't know these words. It is for this reason that we are feared and respected in equal measure. Thus does our guild thrive, ensourced in the catacombs of Arsoneth Ossuary, the sanctuary devoted to Thal, divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, learn sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmaster that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. I'm ready. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Accept. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of Fundamental Thaumaturgy Principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent for fresh novices, they said. I suppose you should just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Cocobigo, I believe. Okay, let's go talk to Cocobigo then. Hello. So we have Cocobani, Cocobigo, Cocoboha, Cocobezi, and Cocobuki. Let's talk to Cocobigo. Who? What? Oh, Thal's teeth, miss. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face, Cocobigo. This lady is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Ah, prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites for the virtuous fallen from memory, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Wahahaha. Well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, my dear. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Great Thal has led to us a new aspirant. Ah, Kokobuki. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest, of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence. The thaumaturgy calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to the sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets. For advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Absolutely. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Papaya. Let us mark your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorcerer's might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. Okay, so now we have our thaumaturgy quest, which we can do later on. I think for now we should finish exploring Old Da and go to the Steps of Thal, to the marketplace, and finish the quest for Momodi. And then maybe next episode we'll head outside and slay the marmots, hornets, and shrews. So let's head to the next area. So, fun fact, for those who don't know, Old Da was designed with the PlayStation 3 in mind, and that's why it's in so many steps. It's because the PlayStation 3 couldn't handle a large overworld map. Old Da was too complex for the PlayStation 3. So they had to split it into sections, and that's why it's such a nightmare to navigate for new players, is because, well, the PlayStation 3 just couldn't handle it being connected. So they had to split it. That's your fun fact of the day, is blame the PlayStation 3 for Old Da's confusing layout. which to this day, you know, you can still play Final Fantasy 14 on the PlayStation 3, I believe. So I don't think a fix for Old Da is coming anytime soon, but not necessarily a fix, but a change. You know, it's not that it's broken, it's just that well, you know, it's confusing for beginners. And even for me, I've been playing this game for a long time. I started playing when Stormblood came out, and I still get lost in Old Da sometimes. I'm thankful for the changes to the Aethernet and the fact that we can see the map and where the shards are when we teleport now. Because back in the past, it was just a list of names, and you had to remember what was where and cross-reference with your map. But now you can actually see... oh yeah, we need to go to the Chamber of Rule. Or rather, the Hustings Strip. But for now, we will talk with Cesaroga. And you are? Oh, a newly come adventurer. But of course, yes, I'm Cesaroga. What can I do for you? Ah, you would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. Ask for my fee? What? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an old Don for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact you offer nothing is laughable. Well, I have a letter of introduction. Oh, Mistress Modi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ul'dah's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Vilbrant and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided as he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps, or a shinier trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. And to the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. Ahem. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now off with you. Alright. So I think, yep, now we gotta report to Momodi at the quicksand. However, I do think I want to go... I think this... No, that's the goblet. Hold on. See, I told you, I still get lost. Hustings Strip. So we'll go to the Goldsmiths Guild. Or, no, we'll go to the Gladiators Guild. I want to go to the Hustings Strip, which should be up here. Up and around. And then I want to attune to the last couple of Aetherites, and then we'll head back to Momodi at the Adventurers Guild. So, over on the other side here. So, attuning to every Aethernet shard will allow you to teleport outside the city as well, to all the gates and stuff. It's very helpful to just be attuned to everything. And later on, you will need to teleport around anyway. So it's a good thing to just get it out of the way, get everything done. And yeah. So we shall head up here to the Alchemist Guild for the last shard. And then we'll be fully attuned. So if you have any suggestions for what you want out of this series, like, do you want me to be more informative? Do you want this to be like a tutorial type series? Do you want it to just be story based? Whatever you want, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear everyone's input on what to do, because this is quite new to me. I love this game, and of course, you know, you'll see me cry or hear me cry when I get to certain parts of the story. This game is quite a trip, quite a journey, and I adore the story of this game, especially some of the later expansions. And of course, they're not my first impressions, and I know I wish they could be, but alas, I've already played way too much of this game. I love this game. It's my most played game on Steam. Momodi. How was your tour of the city, Papaya? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Ulda's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. When you go exploring, explore like you got a purpose, eh? Alright then, all that's left is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand. Will do. Alright. And we hit level 4 and got transposed, which I'm going to put on mouse button 3. Just because that's where I'm used to it being. I have a specific layout we're going to do for the hotkeys and stuff. But I think this is where we're going to end episode 1. So, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Again, let me know down in the comments what you want out of this series, what you would like for me to do with the series. For all intents and purposes, what I want to do is I want to run through the story, I want to do all the dungeons, as much side content as we can possibly do, all the stuff I haven't actually done on my main. There's a lot of raids and alliance raids and expert roulette stuff and stuff that I've never done on my main. So that could be a fun thing to do on here. Once we get later on in the story, of course. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps the channel grow. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.